Okay, guys, so let's see today how to design a beautiful poster for the upcoming session QBS with Charles, Thinking Christian. So this is the previous poster that I made, and some of the stuffs are missing here. No problem, because we are gonna recreate everything from the scratch. But I wanna keep few of the things like the logo and then the title and all. So let's remove this image because we don't need that image, and this is the border that we created. We don't need that also right now because we will be creating something different. So let's remove that, and these are part of the borders. Let's remove that too. And then we really need the logo for Zoom, so let it be there. And we really need this all stuff, and then this is the date. So let's look at the date. It's gonna be on 3rd, so let's change the date for a safety 3.11 and 2022. Okay, so the date is ready over here, and then we are gonna stream it through YouTube. So we need YouTube. Okay, so always I'm trying to make these both stuff um, into a centralized stuff. Okay, so that pink line that you see, that makes sure it is aligned to the center. Okay, that's beautiful. And I want these two things very important, and then the heading also very important. uh, QBS with Charles. Okay, let it be there. Now let's create, or let's design the title. So let me centralize this also. Somewhere here. Yes. Okay. That here's it. Supremacy of Christ. That is the title that we are gonna be using. So let me copy paste. For shortcut for text tool is T. You can type in T in your keyboard, and then it will bring up the text tool to type in. So you can see that we have the title Supremacy. You can move it anywhere using the move tool. Always try to work with the zoomed screen or canvas so that it is easy for you to work in a better way. Okay, so now the title is here, and then this is not the study of Timothy and Titus, so maybe I will replace it. So let me quickly check. Yes, here it is, the study of Hebrew 1.127. Yes, I just copied from there, and then I can paste it over here, and then that's it. We have the title and the subheading. That's the one. And then we have our logo, and we will place it in the proper place later maybe. And let's bring the image. Okay, so I have the image over here in downloads, or not yet, maybe from the Chrome, and this is the image. I'm just gonna drag and drop directly. So we have the image. So let's make it uh, to fill the poster completely, to fill the flyer completely. So we have here, it is a smart object. How do we find whether it is a smart object or not? You can see that right corner, there is a corner, sorry, there is a rectangle at the right corner, so which means it's a smart object. So smart object have numerous options. Why it is smart object? Because you can always change the values of all the filters that you see over here. Whenever you add any filter, you can change the values later, but we are not gonna need a smart object now. Right now what we need is, we need a normal layer. So let's right click over here and rasterize the layer. So now you can see that rectangle stuff is removed, and it is a normal layer. So I just want to fill it. uh, so let me take it to the top a little bit, and then I need to fill this entire area. Very simple. The latest version of Photoshop I have beautiful update, and that's one of the beautiful thing I like it, so that we can have a fill. Okay, so let me just make a quick a random selection over here, and then I'm gonna right click. Oops, let me choose a layer, and then now I can right click and delete and fill selection. So this is something like content aware fill, but this is much better. Okay, so now you can see that it automatically filled with the pixels around it. So now you can see that our image is filling it completely, but it's not that beautiful stuff to use in our poster. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something different over here. So maybe I'll make a copy of this. To duplicate any layer, Control J, and then I just wanna add a filter called Gaussian blur. Okay, so you can go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and then I'm gonna blur it until I find it's beautiful. Okay, this is fine for me. So now let me click OK, and you can see that it's already blurred the entire image, but we don't want to blur out the entire image. We just want to blur out this part, newly filled area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a negative mask. You can use different ways. You can just simply take eraser tool by pressing E button and then start deleting all these things. The same thing I'm going to do in a different way. You can practice that also. Very simple. Press the Alt button and then click over this mask tab, and then you can see that it's now a negative mask is ready. And then I'm going to use the brush tool, B, in your keyboard. B, that is the short key for brush tool, and then make sure your colors over here is black and white. So now it's in the negative brush, and then I'm gonna increase the brush size little bit by pressing the square bracket button in your keyboard. You can increase or decrease the size of the brush, and then that's how you can start brushing, and then you will find that we are doing a clip masking very beautifully. You could have do that one with an erase button, but I just want to show this option also to you, so that you can apply this method for something else also. Okay, now we have a beautiful background or a for the flare. So let me combine this together. Maybe you can merge these two layers by Control E. You can press in Mac, you can use Command E, and yes, that's it. We have a beautiful backdrop for our poster. So let me bring it to the, or let me bring it backward by pressing Command and open square bracket. So you can, if you notice over the layers section, if you notice over the layer section, you can see that my selected layer is going down or going backward. So I just want to bring it to the very bottom, and then you can see that it's all done. And then this is the previous heading. I don't want to have this one. Now I can delete it. Okay, so now I just need to rearrange few of the things. So the picture of Jesus is, everything is beautiful. Then I just make it little more bigger, and yes, so that I can have the title over here. I am thinking to have the title over this area in the middle of this image, but you can see however it works. And I just want to make the logo a little more smaller, and then I feel like I want to give a stroke for the logo. Yes, I already have it, so I just want to own that, switch it on the effects, but it seems a little bigger, the stroke. So stroke means outline, so I want to decrease the stroke a little bit. So let me reduce the stroke size. So it's already 24. Maybe I will reduce it to half, maybe 12, maybe even smaller, maybe 6. That looks better. And yes, fine. So the logo with the stroke is ready. So okay, it's aligned properly. And then I want to change the color of the text, may probably white for both. Okay, that's fine. And then we have our time. Let me put it to the center. And then since this is the black background or a dark background, I feel like using a white text for this. Okay, and then let me lock this layer, background layer, because we are not going to make any changes to the background. So I just want to keep it locked. And then now I won't be able to move it here or there. And let me work on this. So now let me bring this thing to this place, and I will move this zoom logo so I can select it both. And then I can choose it over here, and then maybe something like this. I can use it. Maybe I will make it even bigger, and the zoom logo at this end, and then the YouTube logo on the other end, because we're gonna do the live streaming of QBS with Charles, the supremacy of Christ, a study of Hebrews 1 to 7 through Zoom app, but we will be live streaming it through YouTube also. So I want both the logo, YouTube, and the Zoom meeting app. So let me have something like this. So now okay, so this looks fine, but I need to centralize these things. So let me centralize it, and then on the top I have the time and date. Okay, so this is fine. Maybe I'll change this color also. And I can add a drop shadow by clicking this, double tap over this empty space, and then I can bring this layer style, and then I can add a drop shadow. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, here is the title, QBS with Charles, and then the meeting title is over here, but I want to make it a little more prominent. So how do we do that? Maybe I can add a rectangular box, something like this, but its color can be somewhere darker or a different color. But I don't want a stroke. If you notice, there is a stroke, black color stroke over here. I don't want that. So let me remove the stroke to 1 to 0. So now if you notice, there is no stroke, and the corners are so sharp, but I want to make it a little more smoother or rounded. So I like this, and I don't want this to be fully opaque, so I want to reduce the fill to maybe around 50 50 50 50. Yes, and yes, that should work. And then to bring it back, to bring it behind, so I'm gonna use command, and yes, let me bring this rectangle behind this letters. Yes, okay, so now that is fine, but then I want to work a little bit on the shape of this rectangle. So let me bring it more closer, something like this. Okay, this is fine, but to match with this, let me change the color to something like this. Okay, now this looks a little bit okay, but still I want to work on the shape of this, so I'm gonna use command and do some changes for the shape. Maybe something like this, or something like this. Okay, maybe I want to make the corners little more rounded. Okay, I think this is fine. And now let me play around with the corners a little bit to make it a little bit more attractive. Okay, something like this will work. Okay, cool. So first thing is I want to centralize the box somewhere here, yes, and then now the title to centralized, and the heading also I want to centralize it. Okay, beautiful. Now both things are centralized and everything is ready now, almost ready. So it feels like it is okay to go, but then I'm not satisfied with the color of the stuff. So let me increase the color of the background. Maybe I can unlock the background again and then go to filter, camera raw filter. So the first thing is I need to remove the noises over here. So you can go to the camera raw filter, detail, and noise reduction. So I'm gonna increase, and then this will work a little bit. And then I wanna increase the color noise reduction fully. And okay, now the noise have been reduced so much, and then I wanna work on some of the lights little bit, so you can see that light is coming through, so it will enhance that light. So I want to increase the light little bit, and then maybe I want to reduce the, I want to try the temperature. Maybe I'll keep the temperature as it is 0, maybe a little bit of cool temperature to enhance this sky, so you can see that. So very little bit of full temperature, and then exposure I can increase very minute value, and shadow I want to increase little more. The black you can work on a little bit, and this is up to you. You can do your creative ideas, and texture or clarity I want to increase a little bit more, and then of course I want to use more vibrant so that it feels like it's a colorful picture. And yes, so let me increase the color saturation. I can give 1 point, and then that's it. I feel comfortable and cool about this picture. You can see that how much more we have brought the color and the coolness of this image. So maybe I'll do an undo, and I'll show you the before and after of the image. Before and after, you can see that changes before and after. Okay, I love this one now. So I'm only confused with the box over here. So let me do something for this. So maybe I want to add a outer glow over here, outer glow, to give more prominent to the title. I want the title to be a little more prominent, and so let me give an outer glow. So here it is. the outer glow, you can play around with all these controls. So very important, most of my students do this mistake. Every time when they choose the layer style, what they do is they just go and click on these small little buttons. So if you click on any of these buttons, of course it will add all these effects to their all the styles, but you will not get to control it. So very important, please make sure whenever you want to on any layer style, make sure you click on these letters where it is written. Sometime you want to work with the stroke, click on the stroke over the letter, and then you will get the all the options to work on and to change it. See, if you click on only the button inner glow, you don't get the options to play around. But if you click on that letter, you will get all the options to play around. Okay, so I don't need a stroke or inner glow. Let's go ahead with the outer glow. uh, I think the outer glow is fine now. Let's click OK, and then I want to make sure I lock this backdrop again, and I want to lower the size of the heading a little bit more to fit in. Okay, this looks fine. And then maybe I'll try to change the color. Sorry, I'll try to change the color of the title, maybe something like this. Okay, I can pick any color from here itself. Okay, I think this is okay. Okay, so I have the color changed for the title, and then I wanna increase the fill little more to show that title little more prominent. Okay, so now I feel this is okay. So I have all the detail, QBS with Charles, and then the title of the program, The Supremacy of Christ, a study of Hebrews 1 to 7. Why I am reading is I'm just trying to make sure there is no spelling mistakes. Okay, and then we have here our date and then YouTube details. Maybe I'll change the circle color to the same red, or no, it does not match, so let's keep it as white as it is. Maybe we will try to change this color. So to change the color of any shapes, rectangle or ellipse, very easy. You can double tap over here and then you can choose the color, or you can pick any color from there. Yes, I have this color picked, but the text went went off because of its color is the same thing. So I want to change the color to white, and to give a small what do I say, differentiation for this shapes, maybe I'll use a small stroke for this rectangle. Let me see, what is it? Yes, so I want to add a stroke over here, very tiny stroke, maybe 3 to 4, something like that, 4, and a drop shadow also to show that different shape. It will tell that it is a different shape, it is not the same one. So it gives a depth, the shadow gives a depth. Okay, let's do this one. Oh, sorry. So now you can see that we have beautifully created our poster for this week, QBS with Charles, the supremacy of Christ. Okay, see you soon for the next flare how to design.